Welcome to Still Left Out in America. We've got a quick conversation we want to have with Tanya Harter, Director of Food Services for the Paradise United School District, way out there in Paradise, California, because there's a really important issue. We want to get you back on the show later on, but so this is just a little tease of people getting to meet you. But Tanya, talk to us about what's coming up and what the deadline on Monday is all about for kids getting fed this winter.
Well, in school nutrition, we kind of have two basic programs for feeding kids. Well, first of all, we're a federally funded program through the USDA. And then the USDA filters that money through our state agencies. In California, it's the California Department of Education. And so the USDA funds the programs via that. And there's basically two ways to feed school children. One, during the normal school year, it's called the National School Lunch Program, and it has its own very strict set of rules that are meant for feeding students while they're at school. So that's kind of that's sort of the hub of that particular end of the program. And then the other program in California is called the Summer Feeding Program. And the Summer Feeding Program are for school districts or churches or boys and girls clubs throughout the state who have an organized activity to try and feed kids who come to our feeding spots. That's not the best way of explaining it, but basically it's bridging the gap from the food program during school, because what they learned was kids who need us during the school year don't suddenly stop needing us during the summer. And over the years, they've learned that kids, when they come back to school, they're slightly slower at learning, and they attributed that to a lack of nutrition during the summer. Wow. And so they created the summer food program to bridge that gap so kids are ready to learn when they come to school.
And that summer food program, I've actually participated in that program through one of the shelters I ran, one of the homeless shelters I ran. You can be homeschooled. It's any kid qualifies for the summer food program as long as they're of a certain age, if they're of a certain educationable age that's delineated out. And as long as it's through a reputable program, like a shelter, like you said, Boys or Girls Club or something, or through the school programs. But when the kids go back into school, that availability of any school-aged child getting food that's not enrolled in the school system doesn't get it anymore, right?
Right, so exactly. The wonderful uniqueness of the summer program is we feed any kid regardless of where they live, where they go to school. If they look like they're 18 years of age or under, we're going to give them a free meal. And so when the pandemic hit, for us in California, Northern California, we closed school down on Sunday, March 16th, and Monday, March 17th, we were feeding kids under the summer program. So we didn't ask any questions where you go to school. If you look like you were 18 and under, here's your lunch, here's your breakfast. We were feeding them 2 days worth of food. And it was really flexible. That in addition to the waivers that our state were able to retrieve from the USDA, such as the normal summer program, we have to put the meal in the kid's hands. Like the kid has to be present to receive that free meal. With this, they put through waivers where mom can come and grab meals for all of her kids. The kids didn't have to be present, exposing themselves to potential harm.
Right, and they could get many days at a time?
I chose to break my program up and do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We would give you breakfast and lunch for Monday and Tuesday. And that was to protect the integrity of our program, since we were mandated to provide, we were essential. Mm-hmm. So now it's been wonderful. The waivers have been in place from March 17th till, for us, Wednesday is our cutoff date, because we transition to our normal school year on Thursday. And so that waiver is no longer in place. So effective Thursday, we have to transition back to the National School Lunch Program. And that provides many obstacles, and it's going to be really hard for our community, all communities throughout the nation, because we will no longer be able to provide food for every kid in the household who needs it. If mom has a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, I can only feed the 2 kids that are enrolled in school.
Right.
And so she still can't afford to feed those younger children, but I can't feed them either.
Wow. So, but there's a petition before Secretary Perdue that it has to be signed by Monday at noontime. I imagine that's Eastern Standard Time, because he hangs out in DC, I imagine. So by noontime on Monday, we need that petition signed by everybody and anyone to say, hey, continue the summer program into the school year.
Yes, I've never really felt that passionate about certain things, but this one, it's just going to affect so many people in need right now with unemployment and inaccessibility to feed families right now. So yes, there's some great ways to tap into that. We have a national organization. It's schoolnutrition.org. You can just Google school nutrition and there's a national webpage, and they actually have a connection there for folks to write a letter, send in their requests, sign that petition. But also I would urge you to contact your local congressman, help them also be the voice on the Hill to help push this. Anything would be helpful at this point. It's the last hour, right?
Right. Well, Tanya, thank you. We were made aware of this by your president of your school board, Melissa Crick, on Wednesday, and it took us 2 whole days to get a hold of you. I apologize for that, but we've got it now, and we're going to spend the weekend getting the word out. So hopefully people will be able to let Secretary Perdue know and their Congress people know that this is important.
Great. Well, thank you for your support and your activism in trying to help us to feed all the children of the nation.
We don't want anyone still left out. We're going to talk with you again coming up, but thank you so much.
My pleasure. Take care.